Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, let's read a poem. The name of the poem is Keeping Quiet, and this poem is written by Pablo Neruda. Here, the poet describes beautifully about the introspection of oneself. Let's see the poem. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for a second and not move our arms so much. So here, he is going to count to 12. Poet is going to count till 12. Which 12? Maybe it may be minutes, 12 minutes. It may be 12 hours. That means a day. It may be 12 months. That may be a year. So when he counts till 12, maybe a day or maybe a year, 12 months. When he counts, we all must keep still. हमें समस्त silent है जा दरकार. For once on the face of the earth, से कहते पृथ्वी पृष्ठरे at least once हमें माने समस्ते silent रहिवा दरकार. Maybe for a minute, 12 minutes, maybe for a day, maybe for a year, we must keep still. हमें समस्ते silent रहिवा दरकार. से चाहूँ चंदी on the earth, everybody has to remain silent. Let's not speak in any language. से कहूँ चंदी कि हमें जितने से count करिबे से 12 minutes हो कि 12 hours हो गोटे दिन हो कि 12 months हो गोटे year हो से समय आमे समस्ते पूरा साइलेंट रहिबा. We will not speak in any language. आमे किछि language रे कथा हवा नाही. What does he mean by saying that we will not talk in any language? आमे किछि language रे कथा हवा नाही. You see, language creates barrier. Language आम भितरे गोटे barrier सृष्टि करे. आम भितरे गोटे separation सृष्टि करे. ओके, विभिन्न जगारे लोक माने भिन्न भिन्न language रे कथा हुवंती. ओके, आमे ओडिसा रे अछु, आमे ओडिया रे कथा होछंती. ओके, फॉरेन कंट्री गले सेठी तांकरो निजर लैंग्वेज अछि. ओके, कि ओडिसा रे मध्ये हो रीजनल लैंग्वेजेस सब अछि. ओके, विभिन्न जगह रे विभिन्न रीजनल लैंग्वेजेस अछि. सो ए विभिन्न रीजनल लैंग्वेज कोन करे मनुष्य को डिवाइड कर दिए, सेपरेट कर दिए. सो जते बडे आमे किछि ही लैंग्वेज आमे किछि लैंग्वेज ही यूज करबा नाही, आमे साइलेंस मेंटेन करिया ताहाले it creates a unity. Okay, सेथि पई पोएट गुटे यूनिटी क्रिएट करिया पई से हमको साइलेंट रहया पई कहउचंती. Okay, so let's not speak in a language. That means he wants us to be united. With the moment we speak our languages, we are divided. Okay, we are creating a separation, or we are divided. Okay, that is why he doesn't want us to speak in language, rather remain silent. Let's stop for a second and not move our arms so much. से कहउचंदी कि हमें पूरा stop हे जो for a second, at least for a second, at least for 12 seconds. Okay, हमें जो कहउच he will count till 12. That means maybe for 12 seconds or 12 minutes or 12 hours, okay, or 12 months. Okay, at least for 12 seconds. से कहउचंती at least 12 seconds पय त हमें silent रही परिबा. Okay, and not move our arms so much. और हमें जो arms, the moment we are active, जो moment रे हमें active हे जाउचंती, we are moving our arms. The moment we move our arms, we just knowingly or unknowingly we harm others. अन्य मानन को hurt करू, अन्य मानन को जंत्रणा पहुंचाई थाउ. Okay, I mean, we kill others knowingly or unknowingly, maybe insects or the whatever maybe. Okay, we hurt others. Okay, that is why poet doesn't want us to hurt anyone. At least for some time we can remain silent and introspect ourselves what we are doing. हमें निजो विषय रे भाबी परिबा. Okay, कि हमें कोन करूछु, what we are doing. We can introspect ourselves at least for a second, at least for 12 seconds. Okay, तो भाबुची तुम बुझी पारथिबो. So let's see the literary devices here. I hope you have understood this one. Alliteration is there. We will. Okay, we will. W sound is repeated here. Okay, V sound is repeated here, and we will. So it is repeated. We will count till 12, and we will count, keep still. He is giving emphasis on we will. We are to introspect ourselves. Okay, ଆମେ ଆମ ବିଷୟ ଆମ ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟି ବିଷୟରେ ଭାବିବା ଦରକାର, ଇଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋସ୍ପେକ୍ଟ କରିବା ଦରକାର କି ଆମେ କ'ଣ କରୁଛୁ। ଓକେ, ଯୋଉ ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟି ଆମେ କରୁଛୁ ସେଟା ରାଇଟ୍ କି ରଙ୍ଗ। ଓକେ, so enjambment use ହେଇଛି without any punctuation. When one sentence continues in the next line, then that becomes an enjambment. So this the first sentence is continued in the second line and the third line. Okay, so this is an enjambment. Okay, so I have not written the what is called definition, but I told you, you remember. Antithesis, so using the opposite word, count and still. Okay, so how can a person remain still when he is counting? ଯେତେବେଳେ ଜଣେ ମଣିଷ କାଉଣ୍ଟ କରୁଛି ସେ କେମିତି ସାଇଲେଣ୍ଟ ରହିପାରିବ? ଓକେ, ତ ସେଇଟା ହେଉଛି opposite words are used together, that is called antithesis. Two activities, okay, opposite activities are done together, so that is called antithesis. And anaphora, same consecutive lines are started with what is called same word. Let's stop, let's not, let's. So these consecutive lines are started with the same words, let's. Okay, so that is called anaphora, let's. Did you understand? Let's see the next stanza. It would be an exotic moment without a rush, without engines. We, the mankind, would all be together in a sudden strangeness. So what does point mean by these lines? So se kahuchanti it would be an exotic moment, a strange moment, it would be a beautiful moment, a moment which has never happened in the world. Okay, एमिति समय जोटा कि पृथ्वी रे केबे हेई नाही, माने हम भितरे केबे हेई नाही। ओके, तो सेही बढिया मोमेंट गुटे क्रिएट हेई जिवो जते बडे आमे समस्त साइलेंट रहि जिवा। इट वुड बी ए ब्यूटीफुल मोमेंट, एक्सोटिक स्ट्रेंज मोमेंट विदाउट रश। लोक माने केही रश करनो थिबे। ओके, rush means you see the early morning we get up and we rush to our workplaces. Okay, when we go to our workplaces, we rush to our workplaces. Okay, without caring anyone, we ignore so many things and we go to our workplaces. Our work is important. That is what we are unable to what is called give time to our near and dear ones and the people, those who are there. We just ignore everything and give importance to our work activities, and we think that that is our life, but exactly not. That may not be our life. We are not living our life, but rather we are working just like animals. Okay, so rush nothibo ta mane ame mane ghore rohiba mane we are able to give time to our own people, our near and dear ones. Okay, without engines. Okay, engines किछि नथिबो। engines माने कोन? vehicles. Okay, the moment vehicles run, जेतोले vehicles running करूचे तो सही समय रे कोन होचे, we face so many types of problems while vehicles are running. There are so many accidents taking place. Okay, so all these accidents can be stopped. ए सब accident stop हेई परिबो। Okay, जदि जेतोले engine ही stop हेई जिवो, जेतोले हम engine ही चलेबु नाही तो बहुत गुड़े एक्सीडेंट स्टॉप हे पारिबो। सो पोएट वांट्स ऑल दिस calamities, okay, this man-made calamities can be stopped when they remain silent. Okay, जेतोले समस्त क्वाइट हे जिवे, साइलेंट हे जिवे, सेतबेले बहुत गुड़े calamity स्टॉप करा जाय परिबो। man-made calamities can be stopped. Okay, आउ आमे रश माने आमे रश करिबुनु तो आमे आम घर लोक माननको, निज लोक माननको कि किए भी हमर the people, those who need us, we can give them time. Okay, we mankind would all be together in a sudden strangeness. Ame samaste ekati he jiba. Okay, we can come together in one place and it would be a beautiful thing to share each other and talk to each other, give time, and we can be happy. Okay, so that is what poet wants to tell us by all these three lines. Okay, he wants us that there would not be any rush, there would not be any engine and we all be together. Okay, so let's see the poetic devices. Poetic devices repetition without, see, he gives emphasis. Okay, poet emphasis importance ଦଉଛନ୍ତି କି without, there is no rush, there is no engines. that means ଯେତେବେଳେ rush ହିଁ ନଥାଉଛି ତାହେଲେ ସେଠି ଟୁଗେଦରନେସ୍ ଆସୁଛି। ଆମେ ଆମର ଟାଇମ୍, ଆମ ସମୟକୁ ଆମର ନିୟର ଆଣ୍ଡ ଡିୟର ୱାନ୍ସକୁ, ଆମ ରିଲେଟିଭ୍ସ ମାନଙ୍କୁ, ଆମ ଲୋକମାନେ ଯେଉଁମାନଙ୍କର ଆମର ଦରକାର କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଆମେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଦେଇପାରୁଛୁ, ଆମେ ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ବସିପାରୁଛୁ, କଥା ହେଇପାରୁଛୁ। ବହୁତ ଲୋକମାନେ ଏକା ଏକା ହେଇଯାଆନ୍ତି ସେଇଟା ଆମେ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ବିଜି ହେଇଯାଆନ୍ତି ଅନ୍ୟ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କୁ ଇଗ୍ନୋର କରିକି, ଅନ୍ୟମାନଙ୍କୁ ହ୍ୱାଟ ଇଜ କଲ୍ଡ ଆଭଏଡ୍ କରିକି, ଛାଡ଼ି ଦେଇକି ସେମାନେ ପୁରା ଏକା ହେଇଯାଆନ୍ତି। ସେଇଟା ସେ ସବୁକୁ ସେ ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ କମ୍ପେନସେଟ୍ ହେଇପାରିବ। ଓକେ, ୱିଦାଉଟ୍ ଇଞ୍ଜିନ୍ସ, ଇଞ୍ଜିନ୍ ଚାଲିଲେ କ'ଣ ହେଉଛି, ସବୁ ଗୁଡ଼େ ଆକ୍ସିଡେଣ୍ଟ ହେଇଯାଉଛି, ବହୁତ ଗୁଡ଼େ ଆକ୍ସିଡେଣ୍ଟ ହେଉଛି, ଯେଉଁ ମ୍ୟାନ୍ ମେଡ୍ କାଲାମିଟିସ୍ କ୍ରିଏଟ୍ ହେଉଛି ସେ ସବୁକୁ ଷ୍ଟପ୍ କରାଯାଇପାରେ। ତେଣୁକରି ପଏଟ୍ ଏଠି ରିପିଟ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ସେ ୱିଦାଉଟ୍ ୱାର୍ଡକୁ। ଓକେ, there will be no rush, there will not be any engines. Okay, so alliteration, we would, sudden strangeness, we sound, W sound is repeated and S sound is repeated, sudden strangeness. Okay, so এটা clear হয়ে গলা। Let's see the next stanza. Those who prepare green wars, deforestation, wars with gas, that's pollution, wars with fire, victories with no survivors, would put on clean clothes. So let's see what poet wants to tell us through these lines. So those who prepare green wars, so there are people, those who are just busy destroying the forest, cutting down the trees and building their industries, okay, their factories. So by cutting down all these trees, they are destroying the what is called oxygen. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗଛ ସବୁ କାଟି ଦେଉଛନ୍ତି, ଅକ୍ସିଜେନ ତ ନଷ୍ଟ ହଉଛି, ତାପରେ ବର୍ଷା ବି ଠିକରେ ହଉନାହିଁ। ଓକେ, ତ ବାଇ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ, in the name of development we are destroying ourselves. ଓକେ, ଆମେ ନିଜର ହିଁ କ୍ଷତି କରୁଛୁ। ଓକେ, ତାପରେ wars with gas, କିଛି ଲୋକ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଯେଉଁମାନେ କି ଗ୍ୟାସ୍ ପଲ୍ୟୁସନ କରୁଛନ୍ତି। ଓକେ, ଏୟାର ପଲ୍ୟୁସନ, water pollution, okay, so many pollutions they are busy doing it, polluting everything. Okay, and they never think of all these things, that they are very happy that yes, I have polluted this much of an environment. Okay, etik environment mu pollute kar deichi. Okay, तो समस्ते busy अछंती गैस को सॉरी हमरो environment को केमिति pollute करे, से air को केमिति pollute करे। by this one you can see ଆମର ଅଙ୍ଗାରକାମ୍ଳ ଗ୍ୟାସ୍ ସେମାନେ ଛାଡୁଛନ୍ତି। ଓକେ, କାର୍ବନ ଡାଇଅକ୍ସାଇଡ ଗ୍ୟାସ୍ ଇଜ ବିଙ୍ଗ ହ୍ୱାଟ ଇଜ କଲ୍ଡ, ଛଡା ହଉଛି କୋଉଠିକି, ଆମର ଏନଭାୟରନମେଣ୍ଟକୁ, ଆମର ଏୟାରକୁ। ତା ଦ୍ୱାରା ବହୁତ କିଛି ଆମର ନଷ୍ଟ ହଉଛି। Let's see the next stanza. Those who prepare green wars, that's deforestation, wars with gas, that's pollution, wars with fire, victories with no survivors, and put on new clothes, put on clean clothes. So let's see what does poet mean by all these lines. Okay, what he wants to tell us through these lines. So there are those who prepare green wars, so people are there, those who are just busy in deforestation, in cutting down all the trees and building their own industries and factories, their big buildings. Okay, by all these things they think that they are developing, but in the name of the development they are just destroying themselves. Okay, से ता द्वारा कौन होची, ऑक्सीजन गैस जोटा कि हमरो निहाती दरकार, ओके, सेटा नष्ट हे जाउछे। वर्षा जोटा कि टाइम रे हेबा कथा, से टाइम रे हो नाही। ओके, so we are killing ourselves by cutting down the trees. Wars with gas, polluting the air. Okay, so different types of air pollution, water pollution, all this. By all this pollution we are also only doing, this is the man-made disaster only, we are only creating all these things. Okay, so we are killing ourselves, we are harming ourselves by all these activities. Wars with fire, we are busy fighting with each other. Okay, brothers and brothers fighting each other, the society is fighting in the name of religion, the communities, two communities fighting with each other, country and two countries are fighting with each other for the piece of land, that just like the Ukraine and Russia, for the sake of religion, the fighting, Hamas and Israel. Okay, like this, for India and Pakistan, China, all these countries are busy in all these wars. What is the use of all these wars when we kill each other? यदि आमें परस्पर को मारी ही दबा, ताले इस युद्धर से फायदा कौन? So no सर्व से victory रो फायदा कौन? There is no meaning. There is no meaning by getting the victory. Okay, से victory किसी फायदा ही नहीं, से meaning ही नहीं जितोड़े there is no survivor to celebrate the victory. Okay, so say युद्ध को जीतिवार किसी फायदा ही नहीं जदि सेटा को celebrate करिया पाई कहीं रहिबा नहीं. So poet wants us to stop all these wars and remain for some time silently and introspect, think what we are doing, whether this is right or wrong. So he wants us to put new clothes, stop all these activities and put on new clothes. That means he wants us to change our mentality, okay, our perspective, our way of thinking. He wants us to be a new person, a changed person. Okay, clean clothes means completely become a new person, a clean person. Okay, so changing the mentality or changing the what is called, whatever negativity is there in our mind, whatever is there, we have to take that out and become a new person, and clean person. Okay, so let's see the poetic devices. Repetition, war. He gives emphasis on the war because we all are busy in all these wars, green wars and wars with gas and with fire. All these wars we are busy with. Okay, he wants us to stop all these wars because all these wars are harming ourselves, destroying ourselves, killing ourselves. Symbolism, green wars means the deforestation, gas means that is your pollution, and fire means that is war. Okay, clean clothes means changing the perspective, the way of thinking, becoming the positive man and good man. Okay, shade means protection. Okay, metaphor, shade means protection. So this is a comparison. The clear hegala? Let's see the next stanza. And walk about with their brothers in the shade, doing nothing. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. So poet wants to tell us through this lines that we have to stop all those wars and put on new clothes, completely change our minds, the way of thinking, our perspective, and walk about with their brothers in the shade. So we have to walk in the shade of our brothers, in the protection of our brothers. The brothers, those who are fighting, they will be now what is called, will come together and protect each other. ସେମାନେ ପରସ୍ପରକୁ protect କରିବା ଦରକାର. ଓକେ, ନାହିଁ କି ମାରିବା ଦରକାର, ବରଂ ସେମାନେ protect କରିବା ଦରକାର. ସେଇ protection ରେ ଚାଲିବା ପାଇଁ poet ଏଠି କହୁଛନ୍ତି. Okay, doing nothing, ଆମେ କିଛି ହିଁ କରିବା ନାହିଁ. We will do nothing. Okay, no activity. What kind of activity poet is talking about? The negative activity. We shall stop all those negative activity, the activity that hurts others, the activity that harms others. ओके, अन्य मानक जोटा जंत्रणा पहुंचुची, कष्ट पहुंचुची, से बढ़िया एक्टिविटी को आमे स्टॉप करिबा. आउ आमे आम ब्रदर, हमरो भाई मानक पाखरे जाइके चलिबा, रहिबा, तांको प्रोटेक्शन रे रहिबार अछि. ओके, आमे तांको बंचिबा, सेमाने हमको बंचेबे. ओके, what I want should not be confused with total inactivity. So आमे कंफ्यूज हेई पारु. So poet is talking about silence and quietness. Okay, तो साइलेंस एंड क्वाइटनेस माने आमे बुझुछु के कंप्लीट इनएक्टिविटी. देयर इज नो इनएक्टिविटी. इनएक्टिविटी मींस डेथ. ओके, डेथ एतबे जने मनुष्य मरि जाए, तार मृत्यु हो जाए, तो से कंप्लीटली इनएक्टिव हो जाए. तो पोएट डजंट वांट टोटल इनएक्टिविटी. ही डजंट वांट, ही wants us to clarify that confusion. जो confusion अच्छी कि तंगरो quietness and silence कही बार माने तान हुए कि death बोले. He doesn't want us to die. Okay. So what does he want to tell us? Okay, life is what it is about. Okay, life from mane hi mrityu. Okay, life from mane hi mrityu. Life is there. That means there death will come. It doesn't mean that there will be a truckload of dead bodies. He doesn't want like that. Okay, so there is life. If there is life, there is death. That is what is the life about. Okay, but poet doesn't want now that truckloads of dead bodies. So if we are busy in the wars or with the gas wars, with the green wars and the wars with fire, then there will definitely be truckload of dead bodies. Truck with dead bodies you will find. Okay, so but poet doesn't want this. So poet चाहूनांती कि आमरो मृत्यु हे जाऊ केमिति ए सब वार द्वारा ए युद्ध द्वारा आउ डेड बॉडी जाको ट्रक रे भर्ती करी करी अणा जाऊ से चाहू नांती सब. He just want us to remain silent for some time and quiet for some time and introspect about all these things so that all these things can be stopped. ए सब जिंस स्टॉप करा जाई पारिबो. ओके, हमरो अन्य मन को मारिबा और आमे निज को मारिबा ए सब जिंस को स्टॉप करा जाई पारिबो. He wants that. Okay, ता बुझेला. Let's see the next stanza. If we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. So तुम्हें बुझी पारुथुवो. If we were not so single-minded, we are all single-minded. हमें कौन? We are all single-minded. What is that single-minded? We think that only by the activity, only by doing, only by moving we can live. Okay, हमें move कले ही, हमें activity कले ही, हमें बंची पारिबा. That is the single-minded. Okay, we are single-minded because we think that we have to work. Okay, we have to work, then only we can live. Okay, and for once could do nothing. जदि आमे थोरे at least for once on the face of earth we have to remain silent, then we can perhaps this huge silence might interrupt this sadness. What is that sadness? Being killed. Okay, being killed by the different types of wars. Okay, so that sadness can be interrupted, that sadness can be stopped by the silence. So our silence is very important. Poet has given. So he's thinking that we all are single-minded. We just think that work is very important to live. Okay, by being active, by being moving, we just are we are unable to understand what we are doing. Okay, we are polluting the environment. Okay, we are cutting down all the forest. We are killing our own brothers. We are hurting ourselves. Okay, we have to introspect all these things and at least once on the face of the earth we have to remain silent. Okay, of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. So that sadness, that we are threatening ourselves with death. So that we are unable to understand. We have never understood that we are only harming ourselves. We are only hurting ourselves. आमे निजे ही निजर क्षति करूछु. आमे डेवलपमेंट ना रे आमे एते सब करूछु ना, किंतु से डेवलपमेंट हमको ही डिस्ट्रॉय करूछे. ओके, जो व्हीकल सब आमे इन्वेंट करिछु, जो काम पई आमे रश करूछु, से काम पई ही आमे मरि जाउछु. से व्हीकल जोटारे आमे जाउछु, से इंजन हमको जोटा आमे ही इन्वेंट करिछु हमको ही से मार दोछि. ओके, जो वार पई, जो लैंड पई आमे लढुछु, सेटा से आमे मरि जाउछु. ओके, तो फायदा कोन ए सब जिंसर? तो poet is telling that we should not be single-minded. We should help each other. We should protect each other. Okay, and remain silent at least for once on the face of the earth, so that that huge silence can interrupt the sadness that is never understood. जो sadness की केबे भी लोक माने बुझी पारंती नाही काहे की Let's see the next stanza. Perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. So here through these lines, poet tells us that we have to learn from the earth. When the natural calamities happens, if there is a what is called flood or anything like that, we may think that everything is destroyed because the whole earth is submerged with the water, and we may think that this is the end of the life. But perhaps, and later proves to be alive, perhaps there is a life emerging with new, what is called new leaves. With you can see here. You can see here this one, a new life with a green, with a new perspective, with a new hope, it is emerging. Exactly same thing. So we have to learn from the earth that because of silence, it is not the end of the earth. It is not the end of the life. There is a new thought, there is a new perspective, there is a new life. We have to learn that. Now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. So again, poet tries to conclude the poem with the same line that he had written in the first stanza. I will count up to 12 and everybody has to be still. So exactly same, I will count up to 12. He's telling that again he's going to count 1, 2, 3, 12. At least for 12 minutes or 12 seconds, we have to keep quiet and he will go. So what does poet wants to tell us through these lines and all? He wants us to introspect what we are doing, whether the things that we are doing, the activities that we are doing, that are right or wrong, the wars that we are engaged in, green wars with fire, wars with gas, are those things right? The engines that move, the workplaces that we are moving to, uh, are those rights? We are unable to give time to our near and dear ones, and when the engine starts, there is a man-made calamities, okay, disaster happening. So we must stop all these things. At least on the face of the earth, we must keep quiet for few seconds, so that this huge silence can interrupt the sadness that is being created by our activities, that is being created by the what is called wars, different types of wars. So I think the poem is clear.